Hey everybody, how you guys doing? I am Ryan. I wanted to introduce you guys to RB Investments and be able to share some information with you and show you the process that we go through as a team. The team is forming really well as well. We have a lot of people that are coming along from the financial end up to the manual end of it. So it's really an amazing journey because a lot of things happen faster than you can actually control. And whenever things are going without your control, just get with it and ride the boat. Um, so there's a lot of topics that RB Investments will touch on, from real estate investing, um, different avenues, network marketing, work ethic, power couples, the power of 365. I mean, just that's just a few that come to mind. And I will touch on more. If there's some topics that you guys would like for me to touch on, just shoot me an email. Running for Crest. That's the number four. Running for Crest at Gmail. I'm from Shelby, North Carolina, and I used to, play ball for Crest High School. So never forget where you guys come from as well. So also one of your motives should be helping people. So whatever your goal is, figure out if along that path if there are people that you guys will come in contact with that you can actually lend out and reach out to and help, because that is always, God rains down blessings on people who want to reach out and help people and stuff like that. So never forget that, and always try to make that a part of your journey. So I will be discussing a lot of things, and I will be posting blogs, continuously for you guys to feed off of. I'm sure there's a lot of entrepreneurs and investors out there. So if you guys um, have a goal or visions and things like that, and you may get in a tough spot, you may get confused, or you may need to ask some questions, feel free to ask me. I'm coming from came from a low income family, and trying to take minimal capital and make a little bit bigger gains, and then the gains to make bigger. And you have to start somewhere. So you can take $40, make $100, take $100, make $350. Then you could take $350 and easily make $1,500 through work and the thought process, the mindset, the vision. That the vision is what you duplicate. You duplicate the vision. So let's say your goal is to, let's just use a number. If your goal is to make $1,000,000, then you should make $1,000 1,000 times. If your motive is to take that $1,000 to take some money and make $1,000, then duplicate that 1,000 times. Now, whatever you do with the money to make the $1,000, that's a totally different thing. You can change that, can change, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities out there that you guys can run into. But do that, have that motive, and duplicate it. So you could take the $1,000 and you could end up coming up to $100,000. When then now the object, what you do with the money, changes, but the motive duplicate it because it's still there. Now you can take that $100,000 and turn it into $500,000 with a lot less work than what you started with. So that's something to think on and put into your thought process. So we will discuss a lot of things. Like I said, it's kind of exciting. It's really exciting. The journey is really, it's moving fast. But my goal is to help people and be able to reach out and help you guys along your journey as well. So regardless of how fast things are moving, I will take time to do what I'm doing right this moment, and that is stay in contact and connection with you guys. So my team is really moving. They are. I have a really good group of guys and guys and girls who are just really supportive. So one of your main things is support. Get your support system, your support team. Regardless if it could be your family members, your mom and dad. Just get you someone who can support you and stick by you, and no matter what. And that that will be one of your fuels for your journey. Um, and if there are people out there, I'm sure there is, that are around 16 years old up until like 21, that age group, who maybe want to just, step into the investment field or learn the processes of this type of thing. Coming from me, I will tell you two things, two ways to start. And it may seem, ridiculous, but I'd say mow grass. Well, for guys and girls, either mow grass, do hair, or senior care. So I say one of those things, and network marketing. The reason why I'd say that is because that teaches you a lot. If you're a guy and you're mowing grass, it's hot, it's hard work, and you can be burning up, and you will build a backbone. It will build you a lot of interior strength. And as far as ladies would go, I'd say senior care or hairstylists, because it's customer care, and that senior stuff. It can get hard. It could be really emotional, and then at the same time, it could be something you don't want to get be in contact with. But if you can break those barriers, you will build yourself. And trust me on that, because you need to build a firm you. And always remember that you should be stable and firm. And then get into, and then continue to move forward. So network marketing is the second one. The reason why it's network marketing, guys, is like the most important thing, one of the most important things you guys can do. And it's especially coming from the lower income bracket, because like I say, if you come from a family who family just dump cash on you, then God bless, and be careful with your avenues, and we can definitely talk on things like that as well. But if you're coming from a lower income bracket and you're trying to really make something out of hardly anything, then network marketing is one of your best practices. Do it. The thing about it is, it teaches you about people. It teaches you it teaches you about people and about yourself. It teaches you how to communicate. It teaches you how to make cold calls and not be afraid. It teaches you how to go through all the no's until you get to that yes. And it also shows you that each no is the step closer to the yes. I started in the business in 2008, and I went through about 241 no's, and 242 was a yes. You never know. It's no, 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 no. And it was 241 of those. That's a lot to still keep your motivation. Trust me on that. Okay, so, but that is a asset that an entrepreneur has within himself. No is not the answer. No is a goal, a step closer to the goal. That's what no is. So definitely start with network marketing, guys. If it costs you $500 to get affiliated with a network marketing business, spend that $500. The thing about it is, it's easy to make money. It's just hard to manage it. So take that $500 and drop it, get rid of it, put it into the business, and you will make that money back. It's no doubt about it. And the thing is, whenever you start making some more money, that $500 is forgotten about. And you're in a business now, and you're still bringing in your weekly check, because a lot of the people in that system are on a check by check basis. Well, if you're like a football player, for instance, or any other athlete, you don't just go out to the field or to the coach or whatever and say, "Hey, I want to play." That's not what you do. You can say that, but they're gonna say, "Okay, go do this." And here's the things you do. First, you gotta get you cleats or proper shoes for whichever sport you're playing. That's $100 minimum. And when it comes to sports I play, like football, you guys, you want to get the good stuff. You spend $125, $150 on a good pair of cleats. You want to prep yourself. Prepping is one of the most expensive parts of it, because all of the food, the diet plan that you have to prep yourself before the season even starts, that's $400 or $500. Ask your parents; they'll tell you it's expensive, because you just be chunking down food. You get yourself up to 200 pounds. You're on protein, and you train, and you always got to remember that your time is worth something. So during times where you spend your time, it's worth something. So that's also a cost. So yeah, it's $400 or $500 easily per year. So yeah, take you $400 or $500, drop it into a network marketing business. You could I've gotten in business with $145, so it don't have to be that. But no matter what it is, I'm telling you, don't put any limitations on it. Just get yourself in a network marketing business and build that business. Let's say you break even. Let's say you drop 500 and you make 500. You didn't profit any income, but you profited a ton of experience and knowledge. That is the thing that you need. That those things are the things you're going to need for these businesses, and as you grow. So you basically, didn't pay anything for all the experience and the knowledge, which most people don't just give you that. Let's say you make $100, you just got paid to learn all this stuff. Let's say you lose the entire 500. Hope you don't, but let's say you lose the entire 500. You just paid $500 to learn all this stuff, and to be honest, it's worth every penny, regardless of how you see it. So get in it, get you a strategic plan, and go for it. Duplicate the motivation. Whatever motivation you have that drives you, duplicate that, and continue to let it drive you, no matter what. Now, the things that you do, those can change. You want those to change. Like I say, my example is, if you want to make $1 million, then you should make $1,000 1,000 times. Well, if you feel like you can make $1,000 fairly easy, then you need to figure out what that is and make it 1,000 times. Well, as you grow, once you hit the $100,000 mark, a lot can change then, because then you may be like, well, I don't have to keep doing the little things. I can now take $50,000 and make 150, and I have 50 in the reserve. Now I got 200,000. Then I can take 100 and then make 200, and I had 100 reserve. Now I have 300,000. So you guys can do that as well. So what you practice and what you do can change. It should change, but the motivation, duplicate that. Put that inside you and understand what I'm saying. Duplicate that. There's a quote for entrepreneurs. I know there's a ton of entrepreneurs out there, and the entrepreneurs are the ones who I really take pride in. I like an entrepreneur because it's hard to be an entrepreneur. Some people say, I want to be an entrepreneur when I grow up. Well, hey, go ahead and try and see what you go through. It's not that it definitely can be done. It's just a tough feel. So there's a quote, and there's an entrepreneur that is diving off this cliff, and under his body is say, entrepreneur, dives off a cliff and makes a landing on the way down. So the entrepreneur takes the risk, and he builds on that. He figures that out. So don't just take a risk and that's not an entrepreneur. No, entrepreneur takes a risk and he builds that. So you guys, you entrepreneurs out there, stay connected, and if you guys are religious, stay close to faith. Entrepreneur, is really important that you stay strong and keep your foundation. Always remember where you come from. And also with the power couples, I will talk about power couples as well in a later blog. But if there's a couple out there and you guys want to join together and take off to a different avenue as a union, then a few things. And this is personal experience talking. Wherever you start, day one, whatever you say on day one, I think you should write it down maybe and store the note away. Whatever you and your other talk about, this is how we're going to do it, this is what's going to happen, this is our plan, I'd say write it down. Because being in a power couple, it's going to get really hard. That's why it has its definition, power couple. Its term, power couple. It's one of the hardest things I've done. And the thing is, you really do form a ton of power. And it's almost like a power that people can feel whenever you come in a room. They're like, whoa, Those two right there, that's a lot of power. And they don't even know your story. Nobody knows your story but you. But they know that when they it's a frequency. So the thing is, it could be 6 to 8 months down the road, and if you guys don't remember where you started, it'll get really hard, and then next thing you know, it'll be a lot of confliction. That's why I say save the note, so later on down the road you can go back to it and say, okay, let's take a break, or let's take a moment, and let's remember why we are even here at 8 months now. Why are we here? We're here because we said this. And maybe you should take a break from it. Give yourself about a week to just get yourself reconnected again. Don't let yourself get too far ahead of each other if you're doing this as a power couple. And as a single person or an individual, move fast and learn. And the reason why this is learn, because I'm not telling you to learn and then move. You don't necessarily have time for that. Move, learn, and speed up your learning process, but keep your moving process at the speed it's going or faster. So it's like this. Don't make it like this. Do it like this. Move and make your learning process catch up with you. I was with an investor one time. This is before I started my investing. I've been investing since I was 15 years old, but my recent investing, I was talking to an investment banker at Wells Fargo. And get in touch with your leads, guys, because those people can really find the road you want to go down and find someone that's been down that road. Makes it easy on the GPS. So I was with the investor, and he said, Ryan, what you do is go 100% in. When you get 50% out, dive back in. He said, do not invest 100% and wait till you're 100% out of the hole to invest again. You don't have time for that. You'll lose a lot of investments in between. Put $100 in an investment. Once you get 50 out, put that 50 in another one. And just keep doing that. It's a risk. But don't put $100 in and wait till you get $100 out to do it again. That's too comfortable. Don't get comfortable. It's a business. You guys got it. So stay connected with RB Investments, and I will continue posting things for you guys. And I look forward to working with every one of you. So God bless you guys, and you guys have a good evening. It's a great day outside. All right.